back again. We're cooking up some shit. Yo, somebody requested that I do. I'm forgetting your name, your username. Take my phone. Dang. Yeah. So, anyways, somebody requested that I do a video on thank me later type bit. So that's what we're gonna be doing today. Let me check who it was, just to be sure. Yeah, fuck. I'm sorry. This is so unprofessional. Yeah, it's somebody called Young Picasso. Yeah, so I'm doing this video on thank me later type bit. Then after that, in my next video, I'm gonna do J. Cole. For J. Cole, I'm gonna do two types because J. Cole has like two styles. There's the old J. Cole, like the classic shit, which still appears on his albums, and there's like the new J. Cole with recently with KOD, or even some tracks on Forest Hills Drive. So we're gonna be doing two videos. So for this one, let's jump right into it. So, load up Mixcraft or whichever DAW you're using. I know Young Picasso uses Mixcraft. For this, I don't have any particular plugins because I used to have Silent, but it's a trial version, so it keeps bleeping. Instead of doing that, I'm gonna use this synth called Ethereal. It's a free synth. You can get it on free VST. Or is it VST for free? It's for the number free.com. It's a website for free VSTs. So we're gonna be using this one. By the way, the shortcut to get the musical typing, it's Control Alt K on Windows. I'm gonna put that there, just to save some space, to have some room to work. And so I'm gonna use I have a preset I like from this instrument. It's called Mood Swing. So I like the sound. What we're gonna do, I'm gonna modify it a little bit. Let's put the attack. This is ADSL attack, delay, sustain, and is it? I don't remember what the R is for, but it's like the parameters for the oscillators. Let me put up the keyboard so you can see what I'm playing. So I like that. I'm gonna record that. I don't worry too much about the tempo because I know I can change it afterwards. Just too much, but for that type of thing, you need slower tempos. I'd say like 120 is. It might be a little bit too fast, but it's alright. I can slow it down afterwards. So let's record that. Okay, I'm fucking up. By the way, the thing that makes that thank me later sound is you have to be willing to do some sound design to get some interesting sounds. and use like some weird synths and get the good sound you want to get out of it. So what I'm gonna do next, I'm just gonna mix the new audio track. I find it much more easier, especially if you're working, if you want to keep your computer CPU not working as much. You mix it onto audio. Like in my case, I don't need it because I have too much RAM, so I don't really need to do it. But for some of y'all, if you have like 4 gigabytes, you might need to do this more often. So now we save. You gotta save. Where do I put this? I have somewhere. Shit. It's supposed to be in tutorials. So what we call this, thank me later. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna add on a filter. I don't know if you can get this filter for free, but if you have like a Fruity Loops installed, I managed to get some of the Fruity Loops plugin because it's already installed on my system, so I can have them working, some of them at least working in another DAW. So in my case, it's working in Mixcraft. I can still use some of the plugins in FL Studio. But if you can't, you can use any filter. Let me try. I have another one I like. It's called Rubber Filter. It's very good. It's a free plugin. I use it a lot. I have a preset right there. It's only cutting off its band, the both them, and I linked the left and the right, of course, and these are the frequencies. 1.43 kilohertz, and the other one is 63 kilohertz. 63 hertz. Already sounding good. So now we need, I think I'm gonna do the drums, then I'm gonna come back to modify it, to do the sound design more. So what we need for the drums, not really that much. If you have like a Boy Wonder kit, it's gonna work. In my case, I don't have any presets for. I have a lo-fi preset. It doesn't have that many sounds. Where did I get these? I think these are from DJ Premier kit. I think you can use that too. Let's try. Let me see if I can get some good sound. If I can't, then we're gonna hunt for samples. That works. to be clear, I don't know where this sample is from. Let me see if I can find these samples to see which kit they're from. Where shit. Okay, I have a lot of samples in here. Let's see in by the way, this Ninth Wonder kit is free. It's on I think it's freedrumkits.com. It's a website like that. It has like a lot of big producers drum kits, especially from producers from back in the day, like Ninth Wonder, DJ Premier, Pete Rock. It has a lot, and it's free. You can type into Google literally like Ninth Wonder drum kit, and they show up. It'll be like the first thing. So I'm gonna try to use samples from this instead of using these samples, which are not gonna be easy to find. But from the Ninth Wonder kit, anybody can get it. And of course, you can go in there and find some samples you like. It doesn't have to be the same samples as the ones I'm using. Okay, I think that's enough. I'm gonna add in some kicks. That sounds like it. And again, I'm going very quickly because this is subjective. Just try to look for samples that are like more lo-fi, or that has most of the high frequencies cut out, or just the mid frequencies, or just the low frequencies present. And you can't go wrong on this if you I think that's enough. Yeah, put them back together and let's try something. Yeah, I'm just gonna delete this one. I'm gonna double this. Yes. Of course, don't forget to save. I'm gonna mute that one for now. And the other thing, of course, your kicks don't have to be like, you know, conventionally the kicks are supposed to be on the downbeat. It doesn't have to be on the downbeat on when you're doing this type of instrumental. So the downbeat is when you count like 1, 2. That's the downbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. So in a 4/4 time signature, the downbeat is the second and the fourth beat. Since it doesn't have to match when you're doing this type of music. But of course here it's kind of before the second beat. It's like right before the second beat, which is right here. And of course, I think I'm gonna quantize just to make it a bit more cleaner. Just checking. Just to make sure that the audio is coming through. I'm gonna use the shaker. To mix to, you know, I said there's a shortcut. Instead of going here and doing mix to new clip, you do like Control W. So now you got a new clip, very fast, very efficient. Then I'm gonna Control A, quantize to the 8th note. It's gonna work. shit, but I'm gonna add in the, what is it called, the fucking doom, the fucking, that sounds like a heartbeat. What is it called? Anyways, you know what I'm talking about. It's everywhere, that shit. I think it's a wood block. I'm gonna try to create the sound using the sounds we already have in Mixcraft, because if I use the sample, I feel like it would be cheating in a way. So I'm gonna try to do a rubber filter, use my preset, which I've already given you in 63, 39, 14, 38.9, and it's all on band and it's linked, of course, again. Gonna have to cut off some more. We still need to add in some melody, some substantial melody. This one I'm gonna quantize as 16. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use a sub mix track where I'm gonna put in all the drums. So if need be, I can apply a filter on it to give it that underwater vibe. By the way, there's this res filter. It's a free plugin. It's by MDA. They have it's not a sample kit. It's a VST library, which is it's a bundle. It's free. It's like 30 something. Yeah, it's like all these are free they come in a bundle. It's on their website. Type in MDA VSTs, you're gonna find it very easy. So I'm using the MDA res filter. So you see like it's sweeping, cutting off, and letting in some frequencies and repeating them. Then I add in an EQ. Some distortion. It's a very subtle distortion. This, I'm gonna mix it to a new track. So I'm gonna try to pitch it up and down to see what I like more. I think I like the second part of the sample, so yeah, this is why I like mixing to new tracks. So basically, you make something and then you can reuse it as a sample instead of working from a MIDI standpoint. So now I can just manipulate this audio file, which is basically the synth I just created and messed around with, and created a melody with that synth, and then that melody I can like chop it around and use it as a sample instead of working. Instead of if it were a MIDI file, I cannot like chop it up the way I want to chop it up. So I'm gonna mix this to a new track, a new clip. So Control W, that's what I just did. So we get this. I'm gonna loop it. You already got the vibes, bro. You already got the vibes, bro. Those are the vibes. Yeah. So you can't go wrong if you add in a piano. I like this piano, Hall piano. It's it comes with the software. It's already in there. It's a preset. Basically, it's the normal piano, normal acoustic instrument piano, grand piano, which is paired with some classic reverb from Acoustica. So everything is stock plugin, nothing to complain about. I'm just gonna to make it feel more natural, I'm gonna move it a bit off. So I'm gonna try something, just being a little bit risky. I'm gonna add in some reverb, lots of reverb, and then I'm gonna reverse it. I'm gonna mix to a new clip, then reverse it, and see how that sounds like. Especially, I feel like for the second part, it might sound better if it's reversed. Thank me later, reversed shit. You know. Mix to new clip. Again, it's better to work with audio than with this, so I'm gonna save again. And of course, you know, when the when your Mixcraft crashes, if you have like the audio files, if there was no backups created automatically, when you open up the project, if you had the audio files, if you recorded the mixed to a new audio clip, you get the audio clips back. But if you had MIDI information you had recorded before saving, you never get that shit back. So it's always better to mix to new audio clip. So what I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna try to reverse it with I don't want to use gross bit. I'm gonna reverse it the normal way, because I realized that not everybody has Fruity Loops and Mixcraft installed on the system, so they can. And actually, for the gross bit, I got it separately. You can buy it on the side. Okay, I like the second part. Let's see. So this is what I'm going to do. I feel like I just did Control W, so I'm looping this. The other thing I need to do, instead of using another clip, I'm just gonna another track. I'm just gonna use this one. I'm gonna put the MIDI clip on the side. I'm gonna try to play some melodic thing. I don't want to go get the keyboard. By the way, this is why I'm playing so bad. This is what I'm using. Anyways, yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I'm gonna play some more R&B sounding shit. I'm gonna try something. So, because if you want to reverse to get that sound, you need to reverse. But when you're reversing, you need to have too much things. You need to have more movement in the things you're trying to reverse. Especially if it's a piano, because the piano doesn't have that. If it doesn't have that much sustain, so when you reverse, it's gonna sound more choppy. That's why I even added on the reverb on the last track we reversed. So instead, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to play like more like chromatic thing. I'm gonna try. to improvise the whole thing. Of course, I kind of know the notes I've used, so I kind of know the scale in which I'm playing, so it's a bit more easier for me. By the way, if you don't know the scale, what I find most, if you have a microphone, you can try and a not so bad voice. Yeah, it doesn't even have to be a good voice. Just I don't have a good voice either, but yeah, you can use the tuner, put this shit on if you have a microphone, and then you can try to hum along with the track, like trying to match the tone, so it's like so you can kind of see it's like C, that's a C, so we're kind of in D minor, or yeah, I feel like it's D minor. I can't tell for sure because with the keyboard, I can see the keyboard. It's kind of a D sharp minor scale. Oh, that's a trick. It will help. It will help. You're trying to find the key of the song, and most of the time, the first note of or the first chord of the song, it's most of the time it's like it corresponds to the same letter of the key in which the song is, so that will help out a lot if you're trying to use like music theory to your advantage. That shit would help, of course. So I'm just gonna try to improvise using these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these 5 notes. It's like a minor pentatonic scale. Try to quantize to the 16th note. It's not gonna work. I'm gonna use the 32nd because we have those. When you do the 16th, they're gonna sound like instead of being. There's a difference. And another thing we can do right now, we can change the instrument. Instead of having this piano, we can use an electric piano and e-piano. So we're gonna use the e-pianos we already have at our disposal in Mixcraft. I can use the Rhodes EP2. So the thing I was talking about is this, and like that you wouldn't get that if you had like if you were quantizing to the 16th note to the. So I'm gonna mix this down to a new audio clip, new audio track. So we get this. I'm gonna cut it right here and Control W. Then I can reverse this. Actually, I fucked up. I should have. It already. Fuck. I didn't have the reverb. Let's try to reverse this without the reverb. See how it sounds like. course, you don't have to take the whole thing. You can just you. This is the advantage of working with audio. I know I'm saying this a lot of times. You can cut it up very easily without having the. Usually, when you cut MIDI clip, yeah, sometimes there is like it cuts, but it doesn't feel like it's been cut. There's like a, I don't know how you call that thing. There's some sound left over. It bleeds into the next clip. So when you have the audio and you cut it, it cuts off. There's no more sound. There's no bleeding. Ah, fuck. So we do Alt K. Take out the new key. So I think I'm gonna use this too. I feel like it's enough. And shit. Another thing, if you're chopping up samples, make sure you use the right snapping. I usually use snap to grid. It's more easier. I'm gonna use this. We're adding some chorus. This is a free plugin. It's called CH2. We're adding some more reverb. Okay, let's use the acoustical reverb. Yeah. this 808 instrument. It's a TS808. It's a free plugin too. This is free too. I'm using all free plugins. I know I have like some massive synth and some presets from massive and some other things. This real quick. So I think so it makes a lot of difference. The effect I'm using makes a lot of difference. By the way, Camel Crusher is also free. I did some tweaking in the mix. I I use this annihilate preset and I reduce the mix to have more of the dry signal, and the EQ, this is what it's doing, cutting off from about 120 and 200, and the high shelf is about 2.9 kilohertz, and the res filter, I think I use the default, I didn't change it. So the drums makes a lot of difference, and this is a free plugin too. I feel like the track so the thing you can do after this, you can add on the bass. I feel like this is it has some bass in it, so it's a kind of a 808 thing going on. If you don't want to use this, you can use a saw. That's gonna sound bad. I think it's a flat saw bass. Okay, that's. We can try to tweak it to give it more glide and think. Yeah, Portamento. Put it on half, and I need to add in more decay. The attack and lower that. Sustain. And the cutoff we can increase. Oh no, we have to. Fuck it. Yeah, that's for the shifter. The rate, we can increase that. Try to work with this. Okay, never mind. Yeah, you can use it for that. I would suggest using Massive. Massive has a preset which sounds very good. It's a built-in preset. If you go into attributes, or maybe it's browser, and go to the search base, you have this fuck. So I have to go. But at least if you have this, after that you can even, I feel like the track is even complete like this. Yeah, you can add in a lead synth to supplement the melody, maybe for like the hook. But other than that, the track is full. It's good. You got it. Meet me later. Don't forget to sub, comment if you want me to do a video on something. The next video is gonna be on the call, so tune in for that. If you have a request to make, comment in the section or send me a message in the new YouTube app. You can send messages, and follow me on every platform, and check out my new album on Spotify. My name is Radkapol. That's my alias, Radkapol, R-A-T Kapol. And the album is called Sync. Check that out and subscribe. And don't forget to make a request if you want me to do a video or something. I hope the video was coming through. Anyways, don't forget to subscribe and like and comment and follow me and everything. It doesn't matter. I'm fucking with you. Hope you like the video. Ciao.